makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see myself. I don't see. You know what? I would say this, Spence. If you and I ever did if I ever decided I'm going to do readings for cash or readings for money or whatever, it would have to be a booth that you and I would share, and it would have to be a reading presented by Outrageous Fortunes, and it would be me. And okay, I can see this. Oh, it's starting to form my head.
No, here's the thing. Though. I have seen I have new friends in the metaphysical world where their students are like, they will bring their name and their booth, and they will say, I am giving my students real world experience, so here you go, and it's a discounted rate.
Thank you, Val. I appreciate that. Thank you, Val. A volunteer's tribute. I see you, PC.
But yeah.
No, okay.
But if we ever took our stuff to a convention, let's say that there were an affordable version of TwitchCon.
Yes.
And we took our podcast to TwitchCon.
Yeah.
I could see how we would do reader in training readings versus a reading from me.
But I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you something right now. If we do this, I'm going to put my foot down, because this is the way we're going to do it. You're going to get a whistle to wear around your neck. You're going to have a baseball cap. You're going to have a baseball cap, and it's going to say coach on top. And I'm going to be like, and I'm going to do something wrong, and you're just going to go, you're going to do a little okay.
I'm just going to go,
what are you doing, Morris? This is not the way we do tarot, Morris. Drop it, give me 20. We're going to make it into a show.
Well,
we are going to be the Abbott and Costello of tarot. That's what you and I are going to be. We're going to be the Abbott and Costello of tarot, and you've got to edit all this into the next episode, because we are making a promise to you that we're going to do this.
All right. I will put the marker in right here.
Mark it.
Marker is in.
Okay.
Oh, I need red cards. That's right, because we will do it FIFA style.
Oh, that's even better. I love the whole idea of red cards.
Oh my god, it's secondhand spray bottle.
Oh.
Bad tea.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny. I love that.
That would be hilarious. And then I would also be on a panel we would also be on panels for paranormal investigations on Twitch, because by then me and Val would be set up with astral accessibility, and then I would also be on a panel for why are mods not paid.
Oh geez. Oh man, that is right there that's a hot topic right there.
Mods, the unsung heroes of Twitch.
No, mods, the lifeblood of Twitch. What are you talking about?
Welcome to Outrageous Fortunes. I'm Spence, or Resonant Moon.
And I'm T, or the T Monster, or Twitch Dad. And this is a show where we record live on Twitch and YouTube my journey into understanding tarot. That's me, T. And I'm learning the ways of tarot with guidance from Spence, a 20-year veteran tarot reader.
And during our time together, we're going to turn the cards, read the definitions, and see what patterns reveal themselves. And we might even go down a tangent or two along the way, like we totally haven't done at the beginning of this episode already.
It is what we do. So grab your deck, an adult beverage of your choice, or something extremely pedestrian. Like for me, it is, again, water and orange juice. Just a little dash of orange juice, give it a little bit of zip.
I have jasmine green tea.
Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice.
Brewed. It was so good.
I bet that is nice. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
All right, take your sip.
Oh.
And let's take a deep breath. And we'll turn our attention to the cards.
Okay. Spence, how has your week been? How are you doing?
Week has been great. I went to the Ren Fair this past weekend.
So which Ren Fair?
And I brought my tarot cards with me.
Let's go. Okay, so was that the West Virginia Ren Fair? Was it a tiny?
It was.
Oh, okay.
It was.
How is it?
And it's a good size. I had a lot of fun. I instead of bringing my cane, I brought my walking stick, which does not get nearly enough use, but this was the perfect environment to do so. I got asked by cast members if I was a cast member in that Ren Fair speak. And so I was just like, I'm not going to break the illusion. So I say, nay, my lord, I have come from a northern kingdom, and I am simply visiting a friend.
That's cool.
But thank you for your inquiry. I am much something dark side. Right. I say that all the time when I lose my words. So there's that. Yeah. But yeah, so it was really funny because a bunch of like patrons also came up to me like, do you know where this is? Do you know where that is? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I am so sorry, I don't work here.
That's when you know you're blending in. That's when you know you're blending in seamlessly, because people are like, hey, do you know where XYZ is? It was one of the first lessons that an author taught me about doing a book signing is, even though you're the author and you're the visitor, always know two things. One, where's the coffee shop? Two, where are the bathrooms? And sure enough, first signing I ever did, people were like, do you know where the bathrooms are? When I'm not doing like a special event, just a signing, they're like, excuse me, where are the bathrooms? And I'm looking at them like, you mean to tell me that if I was Stephen frickin' King or Terry frickin' Brooks and I was sitting here, you'd ask them where are the bathrooms? And I'm like, yeah, okay, they're over there. You just learn.
Well, okay. To be fair, Stephen King is the only person I could make out of a lineup. If I met Terry Brooks in person, I would have no clue who he is.
Well, he's the guy that's sitting he's the guy sitting at the table that says author signing today. That just throwing that out there. But I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying.
So that was a lot of fun. How about you? What'd you get up to this week?
Well, we had, if you've been keeping up with the reels that I've been posting on IG, I had a terrific Father's Day with Phil Rossi. We got a chance to check out the new digs for Dragonfire Games. Dragonfire now has a new sign and a new logo, and it looks gorgeous. Their space is unbelievable. I introduced Phil to a brand new Commander deck in Magic called Jump Scare, which is one of my favorites from Duskmorn, and he took to it like a fish to water. And then yesterday, and I treated Pip was like, you have your Magic the Gathering present coming. Just don't spend too much money at Dragonfire. And I said I won't, and I didn't. I was actually quite good.
So Dragonfire, for those who are curious, is a local game store. A few months ago, they had a fire at their location, and so arson. They had to. It was arson. It was arson.
It was arson started by a guy who was literally doing a smash and grab for Pokemon cards.
That sucks.
Oh no.
But
it's okay. They caught the guy within 24 hours because this absolute bellend. This I want to stay in. I want this to stay in. This bellend.
Yep.
Posted these cards for sale on eBay, literally the morning he did the smash and grab. So Lynchburg's finest came a knocking on his door saying, "Son, we need to talk." And it was his. Now, funny thing about this. Welcome to the tangents of outrageous fortune. Funny thing about this.
Right.
Because it was Pokemon cards, it's not petty theft. It's grand larceny.
Yep.
And he's a repeat offender. So.
Oh, no.
So. Yeah. I mean, this guy's going to be somewhere. And they're going to be like, I knifed 2 people to death for their wallets. Why are you in here? I tried to fence Pokemon cards.
Pokemon.
I'm sorry, I should be laughing, but jeez. Anyway, long story short, Phil and I had a great Father's Day afternoon. We had a great Father's Day afternoon playing Magic. I got a chance to try out a new deck, and I tried it out again with the Mana Buds, and I found myself on the winning end of a round, and it was down to me and Thor, and I won. And I was just
you won like by the skin of your teeth, right? I think I was there for that part.
It was one of those things where I was the last man standing because at that point I wasn't a threat. I had maybe I think I had maybe one or two monsters, or two creatures on my playing field, and Thor had his entire board covered with artifacts, enchantments, and creatures. And then I dropped Blasphemous, and I can tell you what I did. I dropped Blasphemous Act, and that pretty much wiped out all of his creatures. And I had my commander out. I did have my commander out, and Thor was like, I have to deal with this commander. And then immediately after that, the next card I played was a card that removed enchantments. So all he had was artifacts. And then my next card in my next round was remove artifacts. So I literally wiped Thor's board clean with 2 rounds.
Wow.
And then I went for an attack. He had 2 points left, and all I had to do was sacrifice a land, and it would deal 2 damage to any target. It was just me and Thor. I said, Thor, I'm sacrificing a land. He said, you just won. And I didn't realize it until then. I got to make sure I isolate it for real. I had pulled a Jordan the Stallion moment. I literally threw my glasses. Just threw them. And I said, no, what? So there's that. I'm working on fine-tuning my cards right now. I am building a commander deck called Event Horizon, and it is half the cards are Edge of Eternities, which was Magic the Gathering space opera set, and I'm using cards from Duskmourn House of Horror, which was their horror movie ghosts, paranormal, UFO, and cryptid set. So it's a sci-fi horror commander deck. And I'm using rooms to symbolize all the different rooms or different chambers and such in the Event Horizon spaceship. And I'm obviously working in a lot of spaceships. So there's that. And then on top of that, all of this, tonight, Pip and I are taking brand new characters to Mythic Hall for something called Call of the Hall. And it's going to be a multi-tiered dungeon experience. I have no idea what's in store for us, but we're trying something different. We are both multi-classing. Pip is going to be I believe Pip is going to be a sorcerer barbarian, and I'm going to be an artificer ranger.
Okay, but I really want to play with Pip's dump stats because that sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
I am also going to be starting a new character soon. And it is it's based on a meme. And the meme is there are 2 types of creatures there are 2 types of people who live in towers, princesses and wizards. Princesses get forced there because of, stuff and things. They get locked away forever and ever. And wizards go there to study undisturbed, etc. And so the meme is like, but what would happen if a princess got locked in a tower, which used to be a wizard's tower? And so she spends so many years studying all the books there because there's nothing else to do.
Right.
And then busts out of the tower wanting to wreak pure vengeance on the people who locked her away. So I made that character, but that character also has a fiend patron who has previously been part of the party.
Oh, nice. Okay. I see where, okay.
Yeah. So, and she's a dwarf. So I get to use my Irish accent because I can't do a Scottish one to save my life.
Right.
But I can do an Irish one.
Okay.
And she is Valan, the Princess of Lode.
Okay. Nice.
And I'm looking forward to all of the chaos I get to bring because I have played the responsible mom character for almost 3 years now.
You're ready for something different.
I am ready to wreak chaos.
There you go. That sounds like fun. Yeah. It's been the coolest thing about this about my experience with Mythic Hall is that actually, you know what? Let's talk about Mythic Hall at the end of this episode. That's one of the tangents that I'd like to cover before, because right now I think I want to delve into the cards. Okay?
All right. Sounds good. So
right now
we talked about Egregore, right?
I know of Edward Gore. I don't know if we talked
No,
about Edward Gore.
egregore.
Oh,
Egregore.
Agrigores. Oh, shoot.
Because that's in
Did
our
we?
notes, and so
Oh,
if we had talked about it, I can get rid of it. If it's not, then I was gonna
let's
just
save
add
that
to
for
it.
next week. Let's save that for next week. Yeah,
Okay.
because
All right.
well, we'll talk
Cool.
about that next week. Okay. All right. So I
All
am
right.
going to go on ahead and do my daily read. I've
All
shuffled the
right.
deck.
And while you pull yours, mine was the Ace of Cups.
Ooh.
So I would be very interested if yours was something similar.
Actually, it is. I have no idea, but it is appropriate because it is the moon that I have just pulled.
It's my card.
It's your card. It's the moon.
Because I am the moon.
That. What is it? That hive came from the moon. That signal came from the moon. Okay.
That's no moon. That's a space
that's
station.
no moon. That is a space station. Oh, hi, Mark.
So here's the moon
there you go.
card here.
And just in case anybody can't see the because of the glare, I will just go on ahead and gently lift this up. This is the moon card. It is a major arcana, and this is how it reads. So I'm just going to do the upright definition.
Yep.
Upright means hope, renewal, faith. Oh, that's good to hear. I needed that. Element is it because this may be my very last podcast after effing up with my wife. Element is air. The astrology is Aquarius. A shadowy figure holds a drink me vial. Oh yeah, by the way, everybody, this is the artwork from the Shadow Tarot Wonderland. It's called Wonderland, and it's made by Erethereal. And I love this artwork. I love it. Okay. A shadowy figure holds a drink me vial, embodying the star's essence. This card is a beacon of hope, reminding you of your connection to the divine and the guiding light that shines even in darkness. The star. Wait, I'm reading the star. Whoops. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
I was reading the star. Scratch that. Let's forget it. Thank you. We are now looking at the moon. That is the major arcana that I've chosen. Upright, it means subconscious dreams and illusions. And the element is water, and the astrology is Pisces. Okay. Makes sense. Element of water, astrology, Pisces. That makes sense.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute, this is
This
very
is why
strange.
I need a teacher, everybody. See, that would have been perfect for you to hold up a red card.
Red card.
Wrong page, Morris. Okay. A figure gazes at the moon's reflection. That's better. Mm-hmm. A figure gazes at the moon's reflection in the water, her face barely visible, embodying the moon card's mysterious allure. This card taps into the subconscious, where dreams and illusions intertwine, urging you to trust your intuition. This is still a very good card for me today. Trust your intuition as it guides you through the unknown. The moon illuminates past shadows, helping you heal and move forward with a purpose. Oh, I really like that. Yeah, this is your card. I could see. Yeah.
Yeah. And secondhand, find me somebody to make me a spray bottle emote, like an animated emote with a spray bottle. In The Crow Tarot by MJ Cullinane, the moon. In a dreamlike state, the crow rests on a branch, staring at the moon as it reflects a darker image of herself, her dark side. Below the crow, there is a pond, which represents the subconscious mind, with a caged raven symbolizing the wild side that she attempts to restrain. It is the part of herself that she tries to conceal because it evokes feelings of shame. The moon illuminates areas where we project our insecurities. In doing so, we fall victim to our own harmful powers that may have infiltrated the psyche. Sit by the light of the moon and travel inward to find areas where fear and anxiety have taken control. The moon asks, what are you concealing? Learning to recognize and accept all the parts of our being, even the components that may be considered weaknesses, is essential for being whole.
I felt like I
think the reason you were looking at the star is because that was my card yesterday.
No, because in the guidebook, the star and the moon are right next to each other, and I just looked at the
Well,
wrong
yeah,
page.
that too.
Yeah, that too. But I looked at the wrong page. But this is a nice card. This is a really nice card to get today. Your interpretation sounded a little darker than mine, though. That was the thing I noticed. It sounded a little darker.
Well, and that's interesting because normally your interpretations are way darker than mine.
That's true. That's very true.
Because of the nature of your deck. So, but this is asking you to delve deeper.
Yeah.
In my deck, it's like, hey, there's some parts of you that you're not processing. Why are you not processing them?
Okay, fair enough. Now I'm trying out a new camera setup. I think it'll be able to accommodate 4 cards just barely. Yep, there we go. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got 4 cards. Cool. I think I finally cracked the setup for my camera, so I think I'm good. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I'm going to copy over the meanings of each of the cards in the chat. But go ahead and tell them what each card is.
Okay, so you want me to do the setup? Okay, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
So chat. The daily read you see me do a lot, and it's funny too. I wanted to throw this out to you, Spence. That apparently when it comes to the raw clips, before I turn them into reels, the raw clips that are on Twitch, the ones that have been getting the most views of late have been my readings.
Oh, nice.
It's a weird thing, but I get a lot of traffic from the readings. Now, what's weirder still is when I turn them into reels, and I put them on like Instagram and otherwise. I can't get love or money to get anybody to look at them. But when I leave them by themselves in their completely unadulterated organic form on Twitch, people love it. So I find that fascinating. I find that very fascinating. But there it is. Okay. So here we go. So I pulled 4 cards, and this is how it works, everybody. First off, I want you to notice how I turn the cards over and how I deal the cards. I do not flip them in any way. I literally pick them up and I put them in front of me vertically, like so, like this. And when I turn them over, I turn them on the horizontal, not on the vertical. There is no right or wrong way, but according to my teacher, they have told me, make sure you do it consistently. Because if I'm flipping them over and then turning them on the horizontal, that's going to screw things up. So I try to keep it as consistent as possible. The 4 cards go in this way. There is what the cards want to talk about, because I may want to talk about, like, am I going to survive the wrath of my wife? I may want to talk about that, but you know what? The cards can be like, well, tough. You're going to talk about this instead. So this is what the cards want to talk about. This is the subject matter of this reading. The next card is going to be the obstacle. Whatever it is I'm going to be facing, or what is the challenge that I'm going to face from this. The card's then going to give me some advice. They're going to be like, hey, card 3 is all about this is how you should handle it. And then the final card is the advice, or not the advice. It is the potential outcome of everything that's happening here. And with that being said, we will start the reading. And I'm going to go on ahead and flip this. And it is the Knight of Swords, but it is reversed. So just because a card is reversed does not necessarily mean it's bad news. But that is kind of the those are the different things that you can encounter in this kind of deck, in this kind of read, is that it is you're either going to have cards that are upright or cards in reverse. And this is what the Wonderland Shadow Tarot. Oh, I meant to tell you this too. The creator of this deck has been watching my feed now. They got the
that's amazing.
They tagged me and liked the couple of reads that I've done with the Shadow Tarot, and because they're on Instagram. I thought that was very cool. I thought that was very, very cool.
That's awesome. That's
okay.
Awesome.
So I'm just going to read the reversed definition of the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords reversed means unpredictable, ignoring consequences, or impulsive. A knight on horseback charges forward, sword raised, ready for battle. Reversed, the charge becomes impulsive, or the knight's focus wavers. The reversed Knight of Swords warns against rushing into situations without full consideration, advising you to temper your ambition with foresight.
And for the Crow Tarot, reverse, the Knight of Swords cannot channel his energy to focus on a single project, and as a result, attempts to go into too many different directions at once. If you are feeling scattered, look for ways to direct all that energy to a single purpose. The reverse Knight of Swords may also point to a person who brings a lot of energy, but not the ideas to complete a project. One thing I do want to point out that you can tell the differences between the knights. You see how this knight is kind of rushing forward, and it's got kind of like the air lines going past him. The trees are kind of bent with air. So that tells you that it's a rushing forward. So it's a kind of an action card, but a right now. We had to do it right now.
Yeah.
We can't do anything,
Yeah.
but it has to be right now. Whereas if we look at like the Knight of Pentacles, we've got a draft horse who is standing still, who is being very patient. And so that's one of the things that you can pick up from different cards.
Well, and also you notice that in that card, the crow is very steady and just kind of chilling, whereas in that one, it's in full flight. In fact,
the crow is flying. Yeah,
it's in full attack
exactly.
mode. And with the artwork in this one, I mean, you can't deny that artwork. I mean, that is the the billowing capes and all that stuff. It is full on.
He is rushing to battle.
He is coming at you with everything he's got. Okay, but this is reversed, and so now it's going to say, okay, so the second card. So there's a situation that I'm facing, and I'm just getting a warning. Don't rush into don't rush into this. You're about to rush into something where there's a situation that I'm going to be rushing into, and I'm going to be I need to make sure that I'm not doing it like blindly. There's some things that are happening. I should not be impulsive, but I'm impulsively charging towards something, and I'm just right now I'm running through all my brain matter, going, okay, what am I rushing into? What exactly am I rushing into? So here are the obstacles that I'm going to face. I flip this over, another reversed card. This is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Pentacles reversed. The eventual goal of all of this, by the way, chat, is that I will be able to do this without the guidebook. It's like, learning a script or something like that. I just want to make sure that, but I want to make sure that as I'm trying out different things with tarot, I'm doing it safely and I'm doing it correctly, Okay.
Yeah.
So Seven of Pentacles reversed. Procrastination, unfinished work, limited success. A shadowy figure tends to a garden of clocks, representing patience, perseverance, and the long-term cultivation of success. Reversed, the clock ticks away, hinting at impatience or dissatisfaction with slow progress. The reverse Seven of Pentacles suggests that you may be frustrated with the pace of your endeavors, urging you to reassess your approach or to find patience to see things through. Oof. Oof.
I love that it is basically reinforcing the first card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It is. I can see that.
So in the Crow Tarot, when the Seven of Pentacles appears reversed, it may be a sign that despite the amount of hard work and energy you are putting into the project, the result may not be what you expected. This is a time to trust your intuition and cut your losses. If you are not satisfied with the rate of return on your investment, if you are not satisfied on the rate of return your investment has yielded. Why is it doing finance things? I got out of finance so many years ago. I don't want it.
You know what it is? It's called adulting.
But yeah,
It's called adulting. It really is.
Ugh. No, I'm done with finance. I got out of finance in 2016, and I'm like, or it's 2017. Val, you stay. You stay. You're not working today. You stay.
All right. So we've got so the obstacle is myself in the second card. It's me being frustrated. It's frustration. It's why am I not I'm impulsively charging in. Apparently I'm there's a situation coming where I'm impulsively charging into things, possibly without looking at the bigger picture, and then I'm frustrated. I'm angry with myself. I'm not happy with where I'm at and things, etc.
So I wanna go back to your description of the Knight of Swords,
right.
from your book. It also talks about going in too many directions at once, being
Right.
unfocused, and that feels a little more genuine of having an unfocused um having an unfocused mind, like wanting to do so many things and not being able to focus your energy on one portion.
Right.
So being spread too thin.
Rushing into situations without full consideration, advising you to temper your ambition with foresight. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm feeling. It's like you're being spread too thin.
And ironically, I've never felt more focused. But again, I'm also starting a new D&D campaign today. I've got Magic the Gathering on the mind now, especially because I can show this off on the podcast. My Father's Day gift arrived. It's a full box of Magic the Gathering boosters. There were 30 boosters in here. Now there are 27. That'll give you an idea. Yes, I know, Viola.
Hi, Viola, my love. Lilith is sitting here looking at me like, what the hell did you just say?
Yeah, what the F you say? I will get you treats as soon as we finish this podcast recording. Okay. I just heard go. Okay. So we have the situation in hand. We have the obstacles, which could be myself, or this cat that is demanding treats, a la donut, a la Princess Donut. And that's a Dungeon Crawler Carl reference for anybody if you missed it. Okay.
Val has a Dungeon Crawler Carl shirt.
Oh, they got, just so you know, Val, next time you come and visit, they have Dungeon Crawler Carl merch at Mythic Hall. So Spence, if you need any birthday presents or whatever, you can, or Beltane gifts or whatever, you might want to look at Mythic Hall because they have merch there. Okay. In fact, they have a sticker that I need to get, and I want to put it on one of my cases, but it just says "God damn it, donut," and that's
what her shirt says.
Yes,
that's what her shirt says.
God damn it, donut.
But also I need to get there for my backer stuff, but we'll get to that at the end of the podcast.
Okay, so the advice that I have is an upright card. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful card. I think I have gotten this before. But it's the world.
Yes, you have gotten this card before.
I do not remember
the end of a cycle.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, well, because I was going to say I do not remember this card, but okay, I'm going to.
I love the imagery on this card because this is the imagery at the end of Alice in Wonderland, where she's come out of Wonderland and she's sitting with Dinah at the base of the tree where she had fallen into the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I love this card.
Man, now I want to go back and reread Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass. And the thing is, it wasn't Alice in Wonderland that I really resonated with. It was Through the Looking Glass. I absolutely loved Through the Looking Glass. Okay, so this is the world. Upright. Completion, integration, accomplishment. The element is Earth, and the astrology is Saturn. So I want to say in a reading like this is the... oh, wait, no. Yeah, at least in a lesson, I think this is the most major arcana I've ever gotten. I've never had. I have like one major arcana, And in this one,
Right.
in today's lesson with you, I've had two, which I find fascinating. Okay, upright completion, integration, accomplishment. Alice rests beneath a tree, embodying the world card's essence after her journey through Wonderland. This card symbolizes the harmonious completion of a cycle, where goals are achieved and a deep sense of fulfillment and cosmic balance is realized. It marks a moment of profound accomplishment and unity with the world.
And then
Now,
for
okay,
the
for the
Crow
crow.
Tarot, dancing within a laurel wreath, the crow celebrates. She is surrounded by 4 fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, symbolizing the 4 seasons that marked the passage of time. The world is the last card of the major arcana and represents the successful and fruitful end of a journey, one that you have charted since your very first steps. The world symbolizes a time of great joy and relief because the hard work you have invested has finally paid off. It's time to revel in the glory of a job well done. Now think back to your 6 of Swords card that has haunted you forever and ever, which is
Yes.
basically moving on after something really rough.
Let it go. Let it go, T. Let it
Yeah.
frickin' go.
Yeah. So this is the end of something and moving on after going through a really rough patch. The world is a successful end to an adventure. And so in this case, we're looking at, oh, you're being so scattered, but the advice is, I feel it saying, keep your eye on the prize, keep your eye on the end goal, the end desire.
Because I was going to say,
and
this is kind of hard.
Focus.
Yeah, because this is a card about resolution. This is a card about a journey's end, and I'm like, how does resolution come across as advice? But and the way you're throwing it to me is, oh, it's just a way of saying, yeah, you've got a lot of stuff you've put a lot of stuff on your plate, and you're impulsively pushing forward with all of these ideas. You are having a tough time managing all of these ideas. Just keep an eye on the end game. Keep an eye on where it is you want to find yourself.
Right.
Which is really interesting because I was talking about this last night. I was talking about this last night with Pip, because little real talk here. We've been talking about the whole thing with me being a full-time streamer, something else that's on my plate along with D&D and all that other stuff. And I can't say that I've noticed a dramatic change in any of my stats. Now, granted, yesterday, and what kicked off this discussion was a graphic. It looked like a pull quote from Markiplier, and I have no idea if Markiplier actually said this or not. And for those of you who don't know, Markiplier was the guy that not only rated me many years ago, and kind of gave me a taste of what it was like to be a mid-sized streamer, but he's the guy that created Iron Lung, the movie Iron Lung, that completely defied all reason at the box office and became probably one of the biggest hits since Backrooms, which has a lot of the biggest difference between Iron Lung and Backrooms. Backrooms got the backing of A24. Iron Lung, Markiplier paid for that. He was the sole benefactor behind it, and he made it happen.
Yeah.
So anyway, the quote was, "Don't chase numbers. Just concentrate on making the content you are happiest with." Right. And I really hope he did say that. I really, really do, because that resonated with me. And Pip and I started talking about this, and I said, well, even though I haven't noticed a difference in my numbers, I'm still gonna do this because, it kind of stands to reason. I can go on ahead and edit video by myself, but it's kind of nice being able to live stream it and talk about it with somebody as opposed to talking about it by myself. And so I'm, it doesn't, to me, as much as I want the numbers to be bigger and badder and bolder, at the same time, I'm still going to do this because I'm happy with the content that I'm making. I'm one of maybe a handful of paranormal investigators that will basically take their footage and go live with it and go, okay, let's see if we caught anything. And I'm very proud of that. So yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Keep your eye on the prize. So here's the potential outcome. Final card of the 4-card read. Let's see what happens. And ironically, it is the opposite of the moon. It is the sun, but it's the sun reversed.
Okay.
Let's see what the book says.
It's less the opposite of the moon and more the next card on the Fool's Journey.
Right.
So this is the sun on the Crow Tarot.
Yeah. Okay, the sun reversed means unrealistic immaturity, blocked happiness. The element is fire, and the astrology is shocker, sun. Okay. A figure with the head of the sun stands tall, radiating warmth and positivity. Reversed, the sun's brilliance fades into an eclipse, casting shadows over your world. Happiness feels blocked, and once vibrant energy dims due to unrealistic expectations and immaturity. Yet, even in the shadow, the sun reminds you that light is never far. Patience will restore your vitality.
And then for the Crow Tarot, if the Sun card is reversed, this card is a sign that you are not able to feel the gifts the sun has to offer, and as a result, there is a feeling of pessimism that is preventing your success. Even if blocked by clouds, the energy of the sun is always there for you. The question is, can you look beyond the clouds to see it? So I like that yours had the continuing theme of patience.
Yeah. Throughout the whole reading.
Throughout the whole thing. So I feel like this is just saying, take a breath, focus on your end goal so that you can narrow your energy. Because, think of it like a spell. If you have a spell that's an AoE, it'll catch a lot of things, but it won't be as effective as doing a targeted spell or a targeted attack.
You talking nerdy to me is so effing hot. I just want to come out and say that. It is so effing hot.
Listen, you do that to me whenever you talk to me about smoking food and so
this is payback? This is payback?
Payback, MFer. It's payback time, you EMFer.
So effing hot. Well, we just lost our non-explicit
We've been friends
rating
for so long that this is acceptable.
Yeah. Whisper sweet nothings of brisket to moon. Noted. Thank you, Panic.
Panic! Don't you dare! Don't you freaking dare! Okay, so I have
best podcast episode ever.
I have a friend who is making a avatar of my character, this green-haired, cat-eared witch, reading a menu and blushing fiercely because that is a thing that happens to me. Sadly, now you all have ammunition against me.
That's true. So what you're saying is I had the same effect on you when I was talking about when I was smoking brisket or something along those lines. It was the same effect of that clip that people have sent. I don't think it's just you, Spence. I really believe it's quite a few people because I had the same clip sent to me from an anime. I think it's called Food Wars, where apparently
favorite anime.
Where people are serving food to one another, and then it just goes straight from a G rating to a NC-17 because water is coming out of places where it shouldn't be coming out, and people are eyes are rolling in the back of their heads. I believe that's where this thing comes from, correct?
So yeah, basically Food Wars is Foodgasm
Yeah.
in anime.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
So
It's ridiculous.
there you go. I will say, if you are interested in this
dear
anime, do
Lord.
not watch it with your children. But all of the recipes that they make in the manga, they have the recipes in the back of the manga.
Legit. They're legit recipes.
So they're legit recipes.
Oh,
And they're not all like, they're not at all to entice the characters in the show. But it leaves them all satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes even people just smelling the food.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so effing funny.
So, and that's part of the reason why it's my favorite anime, because they get it. They understand.
Look, there's joy in look, as Spence can attest, because Spence has had dinner at Casa de Morris. Food is my love language. I mean, Spence knew that. Spence knew that at Balticon. When one of my favorite stories from Balticon was when I was we were doing the PG Holyfield Memorial meet and greet, and Mark Bailey. Man, I haven't seen that man's face in too long. I miss Mark. Mark Bailey walked up to Pip and said, "T's been behind the grill for 4 hours. Is he okay?" And Pip leaned back to Mark and said, "He's in his happy place. He's fine." Because then it was true. I
remember that particular one because I got there with Val, because Val and I had driven down together.
Right.
And you were in caveman mode, and like even posting on Twitter, like, "Meat Man is happy. Meat Man has meat." Post picture of the grill. And so I came down and I said, "Meat Man, my captain needs water." And you look at me dead face and you go, "Water and beer."
Water and beer. Water and beer. That is what Meat Man prescribed. Meat Man has
my
PhD.
husband was like, "Okay, we're cool."
God. Oh man, that was a good time. We cramped.
It was
and I remember I also remember I told Mark there was this tiny little, I mean, this is not meaning this. There was a tiny little Latino woman, and she was taking care of the trash that was filling up very quickly, because we had crammed so many people into this into one of those courtyard areas in the in Residence Inns where they have the giant grill. Yeah, we crammed at least 150 people in there, and there was this tiny.
I still have that picture.
Yeah, I do too. And there was this tiny little Latino woman. She was taking care of the garbage all by herself, and the bag was almost as big as her. And I grabbed Mark
I'm
Bailey.
Pretty sure we all left her a pretty sizable tip.
Oh, I said, Mark, I want you to go around. I want you to collect a tip, because this lady deserves it. This lady deserves this tip. It is ridiculous that nobody is helping her. And Mark does a lap. He comes back around. He has got a wad of cash. There had to have been at least $250 in there. And yeah, exactly, Cass. It was either $250 or $300. It was just this massive cash. I said, "Straighten it out and let me handle this." And and the lady is coming up, and I said, and I put my hand on the lady. I said, "Can you give me a second?" And she's just looking at me like I'm. Well, I was talking a foreign language, but she said, "Sí, señor," and I went, "Shut up, everybody!" And I'm screaming, and my voice is cracking. Everybody calms down. I said, "This lady has been taking care of us all night long, and I want you to know we are taking care of her." And Mark hands her this fistful of cash, and everybody cheered, and she's like, "Oh, gracias." She was so sweet, and she was looking at this like, "This is the most cash I have ever seen in one night here." And it was a crazy night, and it ended even crazier because I remember Val and I were riffing by the fire pit with a handful of people, but Val was riffing as Val, and I was riffing as Crazy Uncle Charlie.
Oh God! I wasn't there for that, but I heard that.
It was a crazy night.
I heard about it.
But I gotta say, Cassie Hobbs, I know you're in chat, Cassie Hobbs. Let me tell you something. You are a beautiful woman. Anyway, what a night! What a night, everybody. We have completely derailed. From this.
Oh, yeah.
But welcome to the Outrageous Fortunes.
Let's bring it back just slightly.
Bringing it back.
I like what Don't Panic has said in chat. You can do divinations on just about everything, and she has said you should be able to read char on meat like tea dregs.
Jeez.
And I'm like carneomancy.
You're like challenge accepted. Get on that, T. Get on that.
I'm like, okay. Come on, T. You cook it, I'll read it, and then I will have a great time eating it.
That'll be a very special Outrageous Fortunes, okay? All right, you know what? We're going to set this right here. In the year span, if we are still doing this podcast in a year's time, and we get to the 1 year anniversary, I will do that, because by that time we should have the smoker back online. I will smoke meat, and we will do a live stream of brisket divination.
Yes.
Okay, everybody got that? Okay, good.
I love it.
Good. All right, good.
So chat, you all hold us accountable, because I am not putting that on my calendar.
Great.
Yes. So what you're hearing is that we are having a weekend at T's.
There you go.
Which is fine.
Now, back to the reading at hand, which I have taken a photo of as part of my as part of my photo journey. I do have a photograph of today's reading. Yes. It's basically so what I'm taking from this is, and this is the way I sum it up. Everybody, chin up. That's what it's telling me. Chin up, Morris. You've got. You've got a lot of stuff on your plate. Some of it you've self-inflicted yourself on. You've put yourself in this situation, but throughout you're going to be. You just have to have a little bit of focus and patience. And man, that's been hard. That's been hard to come by lately. But that's what I'm hearing from this reading is patience. Now, what is this pertaining to? I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's more of a far-reaching, read, where it's like this could be, this isn't about one thing. This is about the bigger picture, and I'm just hearing that's what I'm taking from this reading is that it's about patience, and just keeping a focus on things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've gone on a couple of tangents. Do you want to do another one, or do we want to just say this is good?
Man. Well, no, I actually saw on our notes one of the things we wanted to talk about a little bit. Because the tangents have been pretty broad on this episode. So please feel free to bookmark this, everybody. But I did want to talk a little bit about delivering bad news, because I would love to hear that perspective from you, because it's the fear that I have to do a reading for somebody else. And you're a pro and have been a pro for quite some time. So I would like to hear your perspective on when you read the cards and bad news is given.
So one of the things that I use when I'm looking at the cards, especially if certain cards come up, such as the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the Tower, and the Devil. I say, okay, so these cards are kind of hard, so I want you to bear with me while we go over them. If any of this does not resonate, don't take it with you. Don't go forward in the day paranoid about it. But if it does, it's something that you'll want to think about. And sometimes what I will I'll invite them into a conversation, because half the time people are just like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to get your read on it. And then they leave. But other times, they will want to tell me their whole life story, which is fine. That's what I get paid for. But I will ask them, have you spoken about this to anyone, specifically a professional? Because while I am a professional tarot reader, I am not a professional therapist. Have you spoken about this with a trusted confidant? The hardest ones are like, oh, the Three of Swords is another one. Because you're basically saying, hey, the cards want to talk to you about heartbreak, or about somebody's passing, or about a project that is no longer going forward, or an addiction. Sometimes people will be in denial. Most of the time people don't get angry with me, but they get very dismissive, which can be kind of rude. And you have to take it with a grain of salt, because they're in their feelings. The cards are calling them out. And so my job to keep myself safe and to keep my client calm is to just act with as much compassion,
which can be hard to do.
I can.
Which can be hard to do, because you may not see it. Cat, don't you dare get into my magic cards. You may not see it, but it's
Hi, Dorito.
It's Dorito. But it's basically a customer service. It's a customer service thing that you're engaging in right now. You're basically saying, hang on, I gotta just double. You might have to edit this out.
It's fine.
I just want to make sure.
I could talk over you.
I want to make sure Dorito didn't throw out any cards. He did not. Okay, but it's basically it's got to be the trickiest line to walk, because in this case you really can't say, well, the customer's always right. No, they're not. And I know that's a new popular way that some entrepreneur or people in business are dealing with, in that no, the customer isn't always right. But yeah, exactly, Panic. That's a big don't shoot the messenger kind of moment. But at the same time, you're not just overcoming issues of people and their trust in this matter, and they want it's what they want to hear versus what the cards are talking about. But you're also talking about a lot of misinformation concerning tarot, which I am learning and I am getting over. Saying that, yes, when you see the devil or you see the death card, it doesn't mean death or the devil. You got to be more worried about the tower, or you got to be more worried about,
listen, the devil card is still kind of a nasty card, because the devil talks about your inner demons. It talks about being trapped. It talks about toxicity. It talks about addiction, and the addictions aren't always substance related. They could be addiction to gambling, to certain games that, like, some people have a very unhealthy addiction to Pokemon cards and Magic cards that put them in a financial state. So it's an addiction that leaves you and the people around you in a bad way. In a bad way to drama. Exactly. Cass. So you have to, and this is where my extensive background in customer service comes into play.
I hear you.
Because in addition to reading tarot, I've also been in customer service pretty much since I got out of the Army. From waitressing to call centers to being a receptionist. It's kind of like, okay, I realize that you're upset. I realize that this looks scary. But let's talk about it. You have my time right now.
And don't forget, also being an author. I don't care what anybody says, but being an author, especially if you are selling, as Pip and I did, selling your own books, you're in customer service. You are in customer service. And I really believe that is one of the reasons why, a lot of times you will never find published authors, particularly with the big four or however many publishers are left. You don't see them, or you rarely see them selling their books because they don't want to deal with the public. And I'm like, yeah, but until you hit the dungeon crawler Carl phase, you are your best way of getting that book out to the public. So you may want to figure out how to do how to do signings and how to sell your book, and also let people know where the bathrooms are. So there's that.
Yeah. And Moss is saying here that they had the Three of Swords come up for someone when their boyfriend was in the room, and that is a risk because I've had that with couples who show up, and I will have some sort of betrayal card come up.
Yeah.
And I will look at them like,
red alert, shields up.
Well, yeah, exactly. So really it's greeting it with compassion and curiosity. And curiosity is a theme for a lot of people, because immediately people will get defensive.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say the D word.
When you greet that with curiosity instead of your own defensiveness or fear, that can de-escalate situations very very effectively, in my experience.
It's a very tricky walk that you have to make when you give somebody bad news, or if bad news pops up, and it's a legit fear, which is why I kind of want to. When I pitch these ideas to Spence knows he's serious about this, but I think Spence also knows this is T's way of disarming the situation, turning it into something not mocking but humorous. And because humor I think is a great way. You can tell a lot when people, the way people react to humor, and there is a way of injecting humor into something as serious as tarot reading without it being dismissive, without it being mocking, without it being it's more about that. It's that sense of humor. I would call it the Ted Lasso approach, where you're making more fun of yourself than you are than of the situation. And it's one of the reasons why I think people love Ted Lasso so much, is because he kind of disarms his opponents by making kind of taking jabs at himself. And if you want to see that at its peak, God, I love Ted Lasso. There's that scene in the pub where he takes on, God rest your soul, my man, love you, Giles, when he takes on Anthony Stewart Head in a game of darts. And he ends with barbecue sauce. And then he throws the dart, boom, and he gets the bullseye, and he wins it. It's just a, to me, that is, I think that was why Ted Lasso became my soul show alongside Widow's Bay. And if you see Widow's Bay, you're like, damn, T. But we all have our light and dark side. But the thing is that that's what resonates with me, is if you can disarm other people and actually, with humor, make something accessible, I think it's a beautiful thing. It's not easy, but yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I was wondering about your perspective on that, because that is such a tricky thing when you are going to give bad news to somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So again, just try to prepare them so that they, so that they can breathe into it. And then, again, once you describe the card, give some curiosity and be like, what is striking a chord for you?
Right.
Because ultimately it's the subconscious mind being like, hey, see, this is kind of validation of the thing I was warning you about.
Right.
So there's that. So do you have anything that you want to plug before we head out?
So, by the time this episode drops, we're either going to be around it or we're just going to be past it.
We'll be in August.
Oh, we'll be in August?
We'll be at the beginning. We'll be at the beginning of August.
We're long past it then. Then I'll go on ahead and say this. I know that when this episode drops, we are going to be prepping for our September investigations here at OSI. I know that we're going to have at least 2 live streams coming up. And I'm still not sure at the time of this recording exactly when or where they're going to be, but I know that we're going to get at least 2 more investigations. They're going to be broadcast live, but I know that one will probably go into season 5. The other one will probably move on to season 6. So that's about it. Oh, and August, Phil and I are going to be at a place. We're going to be at an event in Gettysburg, and
nice.
I will tell you stuff about that as after you pad for a bit, because I have to look it up in Messenger to try to remember when or where that is. Okay.
No worries. So as for me, I am still looking for events that I can work for August and September. So if you have any ideas in the central, southern Virginia or West Virginia area that you think I should look into, please feel free to email me. You can message me on YouTube or at resonantmoon.com. I really don't have anything planned for August except for the Dog Days of Podcasting, where I will be doing a daily podcast of NPC Matchmakers, which is a podcast where I randomly generate an NPC, I create a little backstory for them, and I record it, and it's usually between 3 and 5 minutes long.
Okay, so I found
there's a whole bunch of us who do daily podcast stuff.
So I found the event and even the date and everything. August 29th, Phil and I are going to have our very first table at an event in Gettysburg, and it is the Parajam. It is Parajam, August 29th. Mm-hmm. And if you're wondering what do paranormal investigators sell at a table, well, we have our anthology, Inspired by True Events. We are also going to be featuring photography by Christina Rossi. She shoots some amazing shots. She has already done. She does. She has already done a tarot deck Lovecraft Cthulhu theme. Any interest? No. I'm going to pass on that one. Panic. I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah, not for me either.
Not for me. But that's August 29th. It's Parajam, and it's going to be at the Gettysburg Orphanage. So that event will be coming up. I got to make sure I put that online as well, because I need to make sure that we remember that. That's really about it. So that's what's coming up.
Fantastic. So secondhand, I don't know what catacorn is, but if you want to expand on that, like in Discord or whatever, let us know. Cat unicorn.
I still don't get the I still don't get what the reference is, but I'll just roll with it and go cat unicorn. That's a dangerous combination, in my opinion. I don't mind saying it. It's a dangerous combination.
Mm-hmm. especially with it's a tarot deck. It's a tarot deck.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But if you want to engage with us live, we do these. We record these episodes live on Twitch and YouTube on Tuesdays. You can follow me at Resonant Moon on Twitch and Resonant Moon Audio on YouTube. And you can find the Tea Monster on Twitch and Old Spirits Investigations. That's investigations plural. On YouTube. So, make sure you follow us, like, subscribe, leave some comments if you have questions about tarot. I am happy to read the comments, answer as best I can. And if you want a community reading, you can follow me on Twitch, because after we record these podcasts, I do community readings for about an hour or so. So, yeah. And
I think that wraps up. That wraps up probably one of the goofiest episodes we've ever had. I love it.
But thank you all so much for being here. And until next time, go ahead, T, take us out.
May the cards ever be in your favor.